First, I want to thank everybody that has subscribed, liked, commented. I appreciate everything that you've said. No matter what you've said, I appreciate the likes. Please share this with your friends. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you hit that share button. We're trying to make sure that everybody know that they're not victims, that they're empowered for greatness, that we can make a difference again in this nation. That we can stand up for biblical values, we can stand up for truth and push back against all the lies and everything that's false that's taking place in this land. So I appreciate that. And please, thank you for looking at my videos and participating and making our voice known. As everybody can attest to, especially those who believe in biblical values, Disney is not the company that it used to be. From the employees protesting the parental rights bill in Florida to the Cheaper by the Dozen remake that is woke by the dozen, to now what's really has me aggravated is the fact that they took something as good as the Proud Family and have turned it into this LGBTQIA woke fest. For those of you who don't know, the Proud Family was a cartoon that came out about 20 something years ago. It was a cartoon that depicted the life of a black family, and it had, Hispanic neighbors, but it centered around Penny and her family and things like that. Now, it was one of those cartoons that every black person knows about. They know about the Proud Family. They know about Big Mama and Sugar Mama and everybody that's in the house. They know about that because they can relate to pretty much those characters, and they've had a person like that in their household. So when I see this, it shows me, number one, the attitude that Disney has. Because when you see the agenda behind the remake of the Proud Family, this should aggravate every biblical Christian. Watch this.
These content. I grew up watching, all of the classics. They have been a huge, informative part of my life. But at the same time, I worked at small studios most of my career, and I'd heard, you hear whispers. I'd heard things like, they won't let you show this at a Disney show. And I'm like, okay. So I was a little sus when I started. But then my experience was bafflingly the opposite of what I had heard on my little pocket of Proud Family Disney TVA. The showrunners were super welcoming. Meredith Roberts and our leadership over there has been so welcoming to my not at all secret gay agenda. And so I feel like I felt like it was, maybe it was that way in the past, but I guess something must have happened in the last they are turning it around, they're going hard. And then all that momentum that I felt, that sense of I don't have to be afraid to let's have these two characters kiss, let's in the background start, I was just wherever I could just basically adding queerness to if you see anything queer in the show, I'm Proud Family. But I just was no one would stop me, and no one was trying to stop me.
So as you can see, Disney intentionally inserted all of these LGBTQIA themed characters into the Proud Family. It seems like now every Disney Plus show has some LGBTQIA character, and sometimes multiple characters, or sometimes it centers around LGBTQIA themed scenarios and themed life events. Where are these scenarios that are around, number one, nuclear families? Where are the scenarios that are around family values? Where are the scenarios that are around American values? I'm not even going to ask Disney to produce something that's around biblical values. I know that's out the window. That flew out the window probably 30, 40 years ago. But when you see on that video, you see they're intentional about indoctrinating our children. They are inserting these characters into shows that children watch to get the children more apt to accepting that lifestyle. You have to understand something. It starts with children. If you want to remake an entire nation, if you want to remake a generation, start with the children. Start young. Start showing them images. Start showing them things, and then it becomes normalized and accepted. And they're doing that subconsciously to subvert the will of the family. They're like this character. There are characters in the Proud Family. They have this flaming hot guy who, in the first scene, I couldn't even watch past the first episode. They have this dance, right? And so this character, who is number one, gay, number two, I don't know if this person is transgender or not, but they're all dolled up like a drag queen, has long hair and makeup and all this thing. Situation where he's hiding from his dad. His dad wants him to be a quote-unquote regular boy, but he wants to be like a woman. He wants to dress like a woman. So now they play on those stereotypes of the black man. They play on the stereotypes. And what's so aggravating about this is that this is an attack on the black family. They intentionally, and as a black woman, the same thing with Black Lives Matter. More than likely, this person is gay. This executive or whoever she is that was a showrunner for Proud Family, more than likely she's a lesbian. And so therefore, she's inserting these things into Proud Family. Same thing with Black Lives Matter, who was run by 3 lesbians. The exact same thing they're doing. They're inserting it into black shows to normalize this in the black community, to destroy the black family, to destroy the black nucleus, which is their relationship with God. They're destroying that. Same thing with Tyler Perry. The same thing with all these shows and all these movies. And yet these people are so religious and they claim that they pray to God. What God are you praying to? But either way, I digress. The fact that they're doing this to subvert the black family. The black family. They're telling black people, no. And for that character, you know what that is saying? What it's communicating? Your dad is wrong. Your dad is antiquated. You're Neanderthal. How in the world can he think like that? Be you. Be your authentic self. It is a direct attack on biblical values. It is another show that is a direct attack on biblical values, on traditional values. They want to attack. Black Lives Matter tells you this. They want to destroy and dismantle the prescribed Western patriarchy or Western structure. They want to destroy that. Essentially what they're saying, they want to destroy biblical values, because biblical values are not Western values, they're biblical values. They want to destroy that. And the Proud Family is another example of them attempting to do that. They're attempting to subvert the family. They're attempting to subvert the family, reimagine the family. That is their intention. And so they do it with children because they want those children to grow up not wanting to get married, number one. And if they do get married, they want them to marry somebody of the same sex. And number 3, what does that result in? Less people. Depopulation. So you have to understand the spirit behind all this stuff. The end goal is to reduce the number of people inhabiting this earth. And they will do that through homosexuality, LGBTQIA, because it's the spirit that's behind them that is influencing them and pushing them to do that. So parents, especially parents that have some semblance of traditional values, some semblance of biblical values, don't let your children watch this show. Don't let your children watch this show. This is not the Proud Family that we're used to. This is not the Proud Family cartoon that we saw when we were younger. This is not it. This is not it. There's other themes in this show as well. The fact that now the dad is no longer working, so now you got the strong black woman again, who is running the household, and the man is now a deadbeat, and he's a stay-at-home dad, and it's another example of the emasculation of the black man, another example of the emasculation of the black man. So it's a number of themes that are running throughout this cartoon. We are not victims. We are empowered for greatness. We need to stop letting these people continue to manipulate us, continue to lead us down a path that will bring about our destruction. Because we are not victims. We are empowered for greatness. And we must push back against all of these woke, all of these liberal, all of these progressive executives and creatives who are looking to indoctrinate our children and in turn remake and subvert and destroy ultimately our communities. Because a community based on feelings will not last. A society based on feelings will not last. A society based on deceit will not last. We are not victims. We are not victims. We are empowered for greatness. Thank you so much for liking your comments and subscribing to the channel. Please share this with your friends. Smash that like button. Smash the subscription bell. Share this with everybody you know. We're trying to make sure people understand that they're not victims, that they are empowered for greatness, and all this stuff that's out here that's telling them otherwise is false and will not benefit them in the end. So please, I appreciate that. Share that.